Living with diabetes or prediabetes means you're constantly thinking about food choices, doesn't it? It feels like a perpetual balancing act, searching for options that help keep your blood sugar steady without making meals feel like a chore. But what if a familiar, versatile food could actually be a fantastic ally in managing your glucose levels? We're talking about yogurt. Often seen as just a simple breakfast item or a quick snack, the right kind of yogurt holds surprising potential for anyone keeping an eye on their blood sugar. Chosen wisely, it can be incredibly beneficial, partly thanks to its protein content, which helps slow down sugar absorption, and because it's generally a low glycemic index food. However, finding that right yogurt is key, as the options vary wildly, and not all are created equal when blood sugar control is your priority. This guide is here to help you navigate that sometimes confusing yogurt aisle. We'll focus specifically on 5 standout types particularly well-suited for people with diabetes who are looking for foods that can contribute to more immediate blood sugar stability. Let's dive into what makes each type special and how they can become a helpful part of your healthy eating plan. Number 1. Greek yogurt, the protein powerhouse. Greek yogurt consistently earns its place at the top of diabetic-friendly food lists, and for very good reason. Its secret lies in the unique straining process it undergoes. By removing more of the liquid whey, which contains lactose or milk sugar, compared to regular yogurt, Greek yogurt becomes much thicker, incredibly creamy, and packs a serious protein punch while cutting down on carbs. It's not uncommon for a single serving of plain Greek yogurt to boast 15, 20, or even more grams of protein. This protein density is fantastic news for blood sugar control. As mentioned, protein slows down glucose absorption, leading to a much gentler rise in blood sugar after you eat. You avoid those jolting spikes. Beyond blood sugar, that protein makes Greek yogurt incredibly satisfying. It helps keep hunger pangs at bay for longer, reducing the temptation to reach for sugary snacks, which supports both weight goals and steady glucose. Its rich texture isn't just luxurious, it's also versatile. Enjoy it plain, use it as a high-protein base for smoothies, swap it in for sour cream and savory dishes, or top it with diabetes-friendly additions like fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts. The non-negotiable rule? Always choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Those tempting flavored versions are often loaded with added sugars that can completely cancel out the benefits. Get in the habit of checking the label. Look for minimal sugar and maximum protein. You can usually find plain options in full-fat, low-fat, and non-fat varieties to suit your personal needs. Number 2. Icelandic yogurt, Skyr, the creamy, low-carb alternative. If Greek yogurt feels a bit too tangy for your taste buds, or if you're hunting for something with even more protein and fewer carbs, let me introduce you to Icelandic Provision's gift to the dairy aisle, Skyr, pronounced Skyr. With roots stretching back over a millennium in Iceland, Skyr takes the straining process even further than Greek yogurt. It requires significantly more milk, sometimes up to 4 times as much as regular yogurt, resulting in an exceptionally thick, smooth, almost velvety texture that some compare to soft cheese or dense custard. Nutritionally, Skyr is a dream for many managing diabetes. It often meets or slightly surpasses Greek yogurt in protein, frequently hitting 20 grams or more per serving. At the same time, because so much whey and lactose are removed, it's naturally extremely low in carbohydrates and sugar. This potent combo of sky-high protein and minimal carbs makes Skyr brilliant for promoting fullness, while having a very gentle effect on blood sugar. Many also prefer its milder, less acidic flavor compared to Greek yogurt. Its super low carb count makes it a great fit for those following very low carb or ketogenic diets as part of their diabetes management. But just like its Greek cousin, the golden rule applies. Stick to plain, unsweetened Skyr. Flavored versions are popping up more often as it gains popularity, but they usually come with a hefty dose of added sugar. Always read that nutrition panel. Enjoy Skyr just as you would Greek yogurt, topped with seeds, nuts, a few low glycemic berries, blended into smoothies, or even used in cooking where its thickness is an advantage. Number 3. low-fat or non-fat yogurt, heart-healthy choices. As you likely know, managing diabetes often goes hand in hand with paying close attention to heart health, since diabetes increases cardiovascular risk. For years, many health organizations have suggested limiting saturated fat to help manage cholesterol levels. This advice often leads people towards low-fat, around 1 to 2% milk fat, or non-fat, made with skim milk dairy options, including yogurt. These lower-fat yogurts still deliver valuable protein, calcium, and potentially probiotics, just with less saturated fat and fewer calories than their full-fat counterparts. That protein still helps with satiety and moderating blood sugar compared to carb-heavy foods. And the lower calorie count can be helpful for weight management. So choosing a low-fat or non-fat yogurt can seem like a straightforward healthy choice, aligning with common dietary advice. However, there's a potential catch you need to be aware of. Fat contributes a lot to yogurt's taste and texture. To make up for the richness lost when fat is removed, manufacturers sometimes add significant amounts of sugar, syrups, or artificial sweeteners to flavored low-fat and non-fat yogurts. This can completely undermine your blood sugar goals. That's why it's absolutely essential to choose plain, unsweetened low-fat or non-fat options. Become a label detective. Compare different brands, looking for the lowest possible sugar content alongside a decent amount of protein. The good news is, you can easily make plain low-fat or non-fat yogurt delicious by adding your own healthy toppings. Think fresh berries, a spoonful of chopped walnuts, or a sprinkle of flax seeds. This way, you control the sweetness and add extra nutrients without unwanted sugars. Number 4. Probiotic yogurt. Gut health meets glucose control. Beyond the macronutrients like protein and carbs, there's another fascinating aspect to many yogurts. Probiotics. These are beneficial live bacteria that, when consumed regularly, can contribute to a healthier gut microbiome, the complex community of microorganisms living in your digestive tract. Since yogurt is created through fermentation using bacterial cultures, like Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, most varieties contain some level of these helpful microbes. Yogurts specifically marketed as probiotic, though often contain higher concentrations or specific strains, like certain Lactobacillus or Bifidobacterium species, studied for their potential health effects. Why should someone with diabetes care about gut health? It's a rapidly evolving area of research, but scientists are uncovering intriguing links between the gut microbiome, inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and overall metabolic health, including how our bodies manage blood sugar. While more research is definitely needed, some studies suggest that nurturing a healthier gut environment with probiotics might offer some support for better glycemic control. If you're interested in this aspect, look for yogurts stating they contain live and active cultures. The IDFA seal in the US is one indicator, or those listing specific probiotic strains. And you guessed it, the most crucial step is selecting plain, unsweetened versions. Any potential benefit from the probiotics can be negated by the sugar load in flavored options. Enjoy plain probiotic yogurt regularly as part of your balanced diet to potentially support both your digestive health and your blood sugar management efforts. Number 5. Plant-based yogurt alternatives. Dairy-free and diabetic-friendly. The yogurt world is wonderfully diverse now, extending far beyond dairy. If you're lactose intolerant, follow a vegan diet, have milk allergies, or simply prefer plant-based foods, you've got a growing selection of yogurt alternatives made from almonds, soy, coconut, cashews, oats, and even pea protein. These can absolutely be part of a diabetic-friendly diet, but they require perhaps even more careful label reading than dairy yogurts, as their nutritional makeup can vary quite a bit. Protein is often the biggest variable. Soy milk naturally contains protein, so soy yogurts often have levels similar to regular dairy yogurt. However, alternatives made from almonds, coconuts, or oats can be quite low in protein, unless the manufacturer has added some in, often pea protein or faba bean protein. Since protein is so helpful for blood sugar control and keeping you full, actively look for plant-based options that provide a decent amount. Aiming for 6 grams or more per serving is a good start. Thankfully, many brands now offer Greek-style plant-based yogurts specifically designed to be higher in protein, sometimes reaching 10 to 15 grams or more. Added sugar is the other major watch-out. Plain, unsweetened plant-based yogurts are always your best bet, as flavored kinds can be packed with sugar. Also, glance at the ingredient list for thickeners like starches or gums, which might add extra carbs. Comparing the nutrition facts across different bases, almond versus soy versus coconut, and brands is key to finding choices low in sugar and carbs, but higher in protein and maybe even some fiber. Once you find good ones, enjoy them just like dairy yogurt. Pair them with nuts, seeds, or berries for a balanced and blood sugar conscious snack or meal component. How to incorporate yogurt into a diabetic diet for immediate results. Making these beneficial yogurts work for your blood sugar doesn't have to be complicated. It's all about consistency and smart combinations. Kickstart your morning with sustained energy by topping a bowl of plain Greek, Skyr, or a high-protein plant-based yogurt with a small handful of berries, like raspberries or blueberries, which are lower in sugar, and a tablespoon of chia or flax seeds. The fiber and healthy fats add staying power. Yogurt also blends beautifully into smoothies. Combine it with spinach, a healthy fat like avocado or almond butter, and maybe some unsweetened protein powder for a really satisfying meal or snack. Think beyond breakfast, too. Plain yogurt is a fantastic base for savory dips. Just mix it with herbs like dill or chives, garlic powder, and a squeeze of lemon for a great veggie dip. It can also stand in for sour cream or mayo in many recipes, lightening them up. Portion awareness matters, of course. Check the serving size on the container, which is often around 3/4 cup to 1 cup. Eating yogurt as part of a meal or as a planned snack can really help keep those blood sugar levels more stable between meals. Remember that pairing yogurt with other sources of fiber and healthy fats, nuts, seeds, avocado, further slows down digestion and glucose absorption, maximizing its benefits, making yogurt a staple for blood sugar management. So, there you have it. Navigating the yogurt aisle while managing diabetes is definitely doable, and making the right choices can turn this simple food into a valuable part of your health strategy. By focusing on options like protein-packed Greek yogurt and Icelandic Skyr, heart-healthy, plain low-fat varieties, checking carefully for sugar, potentially gut-supporting probiotic choices, or well-chosen high-protein plant-based alternatives, you can harness yogurt's benefits for blood sugar control. The recurring theme? Always reach for plain, unsweetened versions and become a diligent label reader. Experiment to find the types and brands you genuinely enjoy. Consistent, mindful consumption of the right kind of yogurt really can support both your immediate blood sugar goals and your long-term well-being. Hopefully, this guide has given you some useful insights. If you found it helpful, why not share it with others who might be navigating similar dietary choices? We'd love to hear from you too. What are your favorite diabetic-friendly yogurts? Or do you have any go-to healthy ways to enjoy them? Drop your thoughts, questions, or experiences in the comments below.